this Jeff Dye, have you heard about this guy? Now, I didn't know much about him. I'm not familiar. I thought he was some kind of like Midler in New York, the Midler on the roof. Well, Jeff Dye's a guy. Jeff Dye's a guy. He's a guy who does stand-up. He's apparently very successful. He was on Rogan recently, and something happened. And, you know, the thing about these comedians is it's wild. Like, I came from radio, and in radio, you develop a very thick skin because you're in front of your audience every day. We kind of revolutionized simulcasting your radio show on live streaming and interacting with your audience. That was something that Steel Toe kind of brought to the table. And I don't think radio's jumped on it enough. I think that business is very salvageable. I just don't think they're trying. But I became very thick-skinned that way. I think that's why a lot of people who just hate Steel Toe with a passion, part of the reason they hate so much is because I don't give them the reaction they want. I kind of just tease and taunt and whatever. That's because I'm not trying to shit on those people. That's how my audience has always been to me. We've always just kind of poked fun at each other and made fun of each other, and haters tend to be a little more sensitive than the people who love you. So they don't take it as well. Jeff Dye, the thing about these comedians, especially Rogan comedians, is that, I mean, they don't take anything well at all, like any mild criticism. There is no way that Kyle from the Saison Z channel should be able to get to Jeff Dye. There's no way that people on Twitter with like 10 followers and an avatar of a beaver should be able to get to Jeff Dye. But he got so much shit for this GoFundMe thing that he removed it. Some people are saying that Jeff Dye was starting a GoFundMe so he could grift off his audience and move to Texas and join the Rogan sphere. Now, you want to talk about buying high. Moving to the Rogan sphere area right now is cooked, man. It's a terrible idea because that whole thing has kind of crested. I'm not saying they're dead. I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying the time to move to Austin to be one of Rogan's butt buddies was like 2021, 2022. It's not 2025. Everybody's ripping them to shreds. I'm sure they're still doing well. They're doing fine. But the PR behind them is not great right now. So this Jeff Dye starts a GoFundMe. Now, me personally, I think GoFundMes should be reserved for families who have kids with cancer, loved ones with cancer, and they got a lot of bills they're not going to be able to pay. I think Carl is a chicken shit coward. And anybody who's being sued, I don't know if Shuli is or not, but if you start a GoFundMe for, hey, we bullied this guy and left him no resort but to sue us, and now we're going to grift off our audience, we're going to beg our audience for more. These people are bigger beggars than I ever will be because we all got a goal. I'm just the only honest one who says this much and then stop. These guys, they're all just greedy bastards and they don't manage their money. They get sued and they hit up their audience for more. Look, I don't know if you know this. I've racked up a legal bill or two in my day. I didn't ask this audience for a dime. I took care of it myself. And they can too, because they don't have any. Well, I guess Shuli has a kid, I think. But Carl has no kids. He has no legacy. He has no future, nothing like that. He can pay for all this. I don't think insurance premiums go up because you have 2 club feet. So he can be fine. He doesn't need to be doing a GoFundMe. Jeff Dye doesn't need to be doing a GoFundMe. If you can't move your ass out to Austin to go live near Joe Rogan so you can suck his dick for sets at the mothership, you don't need a GoFundMe for it. You can save your money and move on your own. GoFundMe is for a kid who gets leukemia. GoFundMe is for, here's a good example. One of my friend's wives got breast cancer. And we all chipped into a GoFundMe. Because cancer is no matter what your deductible is, it's crazy expensive. All the follow-ups and the treatments and all that. It's not for a guy who goes, oh, I got a wild hair up my ass this morning. I want to move to Austin. Okay, do a few extra sets, buy some plane tickets, and go move to Austin. But this is Jeff Dye on Rogan talking about this GoFundMe. I thought this was a joke. People are telling me that this was 100% legit.
Really want that in your life. It's like, no way. You know what it's like? It's like a muscle car. Like, muscle cars are great to drive, but you don't want to take them on a road trip.
Oh, dude, Schaub took me to. So I have a great Lakers hookup, right? I go to all the Lakers games, and I invited Brendan Schaub when we first became friends. I said, "You want to come to Lakers game with me? You'll like it. We sit. We have great seats."
By the way, you guys can all be done attacking Brendan Schaub. By the way, I mean, Jesus, you talk about a dry udder. We get it. He sucks and he's a big dumb ape. All right. Oh, Brendan Schaub is a stupid guy. You're kind of a retard for even pointing it out anymore. But this guy does, I'll give you this. This guy does reek of desperation right off the jump.
You will meet the owner. It'll be great. So that's what my only kind of flex, that I can bring people to these kind of things. I don't have a lot to offer, but I can offer that. So he's like, yeah, I'll pick you up. And he comes to my house. Brandon Schaub comes to my house like in a race car. I mean, this thing it's got the big spoiler on the back. Also, we're both big guys. I'm 6'4". I don't know how tall he is, but he's taller than me. And we're in this tiny thing in traffic. Dude, on the 101.
Can you imagine how much you're overcompensating? You talk about small dick syndrome. If you're like, I'm 6'3", I shouldn't be driving a little sports car. At 6'3", you're too goddamn tall to be driving a sports car. You look like a weirdo. You look like a creep. A guy over 6 feet driving some teensy-weensy little sports car looks like a guy who's overcompensating for a small cock. I mean, Jesus Christ. Just drive a grown-up car, please. I mean, what are you, 19? And you saved up enough money from your summertime job that you could buy your little used sports car? Stop it.
Into a Lakers game.
What did John Travolta say in Be Cool? If you're important, people will wait for you.
And we can barely talk. We're both talkers, And it's like the whole time. And I was just sitting halfway through the drive, even though we were like new friends at the time, I'm like, what made you pick this car? You have other cars. And he goes, well, you're like a little kid, and my son loves this car, so I picked it because of you.
You're like a little kid.
Yeah. I now imagine a car ride between Jeff Dye and Brendan Schaub. And I'm just thinking, if you're going to be in the back seat of that car, just bring a cyanide capsule with. And if the urge gets too strong, don't fight it. Just bite down. It'll be over momentarily. I just watched a documentary on Heinrich Himmler because, of course, I did. It only took him 11 minutes to die from the cyanide capsule. You'll be fine.
That's hilarious.
And he was right, because when he pulled up, I was like, oh, this is awesome. But then I got in and I was like, bro, we're not built for this thing. It's tiny.
Bro. Oh, I tell you. Don't you love it when a guy goes on the most popular podcast in the world and it could have been an email? That's great. Bless Jeff Dye. He sweats insecurity, by the way.
Yeah. But that's not like your analogy. Like, that's not a day-to-day.
No. This is a guy who he gets on Rogan one time and he's like, no matter what, I have to hit a home run.
That's not a road trip car. You want to be in a Cadillac. Mm-hmm. You want to be something that's quiet and real smooth and handles bumps well.
Exactly.
Like a person.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah. Like you
comfortable.
You want a one-night stand, you want a muscle car. Right. You want a long-term relationship.
Joe's heart isn't in this anymore. Joe just wants to smoke cigars and go talk on his back deck with people. I think he ought to do that. I think look, man, I think Joe Rogan has had an amazing run. To make the kind of money he's made and still be able to get off your ass and do a show, that shows a level of dedication. Joe Rogan deserves a lot of credit, and he's accomplished a lot, and he revolutionized broadcasting, and I think he should be acknowledged for that. But I rarely watch anymore, but I watched the Billy Bob Thornton episode because I love Landman. I love Billy Bob. I've watched clips from this one. Joe barely listens. Joe doesn't give a shit. Joe's just killing time in his day. I mean, look at the booking. Jeff Dye? Really?
You should get a Lexus.
After immense backlash, I would think my video had a lot to do with that. Pathetic loser Jeff Dye.
I didn't know that was his I didn't know that was his moniker, what he did for a living. Pathetic loser Jeff Dye. People who can monetize that, I mean, pathetic loser. How do you monetize? I guess nobody likes on. Yeah, that might be it.
Took down his GoFundMe.
Don't freak out.
Jeff Dye started a GoFundMe to move from California to Texas so he can join the Rogan sphere, and he was asking for $26,000.
Now that's fucking insane. He tried to play this off like it was a joke. He's like, oh, I was doing a Gavin Newsom sucks kind of a thing. I was doing a politics joke. No, you weren't. If you would have That's only because you got called out. If you would have made the 26 grand, you would have taken it and you would have ski-daddled off to Austin to go try to suck off Rogan. I don't like this guy. This guy's a boob.
And I think he got like $200 in donations.
Nice.
But
hit the goal.
After the backlash, he took it down and he addressed the backlash and gave a reason. So let's go through this. Regarding my GoFundMe post, I thought it'd be funny and rich guys would make big donations and we'd all be like, haha, Gavin Newsom sucks. Welcome to Texas.
How did this guy get famous? How did this guy become a thing? Is he Jewish? Is he somebody's nephew? Because it ain't from being funny. I watched him on Rogan. That car story sucked ass if that was your cousin telling it to you. And you had no expectation of them being entertaining whatsoever. You'd still hate it and you'd despise them for wasting your time. And now with this, my GoFundMe post. Guys, it was going to be so funny. It'd be like, Gavin Newsom sucks. Am I right? Yeah, that's what the Rogan sphere needs. More right-wing comedy.
I was wrong. Instead, a bunch of loonies online went apeshit and lost their mind.
You don't get to call people who see a rich comedian grifting off people so he can move to be closer to Joe Rogan, which is psychotic, by the way, and go, loonies online went apeshit and lost their minds. No, a lot of people thought it was really shitty for you to be asking for $26,000 to move. It's like asking for thousands of dollars to fight some lawsuit that you talked yourself into. Also a bitch move. So yeah, all these guys, they just, look, I hate that I have a goal every day. I do. But I say, this is the amount, we hit it, stop. These other people, the Jeffs and Carls of the world, they treat their audience like they're a fucking ATM machine, and it's despicable. And then they have the nerve to criticize the way I do business. I'm way more honest than any of these assholes.
Since it seemed overwhelmingly negative, I took the L and removed the GoFundMe. Refunded everyone. For the record, this made me more conservative after seeing the groups it triggered.
You did no. You don't get to now go, oh, no, I triggered people. I was triggering them. See, no. That's not what you were doing. You were not triggering anybody. You tried to do some weird, creepy stalker Texas grift. You got called out for it. And now you're dealing with the fallout. Oh, no, but it's all the libtards. See, I was just triggering the libtards. That's all I was doing. I wish he would have hit the 26,000. I wish Jeff Dye would have hit the 26K, because if he would have, it would be interesting to see if he would have given it all back and then go, guys, I was just doing a Gavin Newsom thing. I doubt it. He would have kept it. He would have moved to Texas. And God, Joe Rogan is so lucky Jeff Dye isn't moving, because his phone would be blowing up. What are you doing today, Joe? Oh, Joe, you remember that sports car story I told you? You want to go ride in a sports car? Oh, Jeff Dye. I hope people remember him. And I hope they hate him, because he seems, I'll tell you, I'll give Jeff Dye one big compliment. He seems remarkably easy to hate. And that's a gift in and of itself. What do you think, numero uno? Let me know if I got that right.